Hello and welcome to Through Our Eyes. This is a program where we go back and we talk with some of our, I like to call our senior saints, our elder statesmen and women, and talk about life in Bermuda as they were growing up, so that we can always and remember and always look back and hear such great stories. Today I have with me Mr. Boyde
Ethelbert
Smith. I haven't heard that name Ethelbert in many, many years. And I know it was popular once back then.
I believe it's German.
Yeah, okay.
I think it is.
Well, we're delighted to have you, Mr.
Thank
Smith. We were talking before we started filming, and I was talking about, tell me about your life growing up in Bermuda. Where did you grow up? Where did you live? All that kind of good stuff. What parish?
Okay. Well, I was born in Kroll, Hamilton Parish. If you're familiar with the Hamilton Parish Workman's Club, it's a house directly behind that. And I was born there. And my parents was Seward Smith, he was Ethelbert Smith.
Tell me your parents.
And my mother was Alberta Irene Fleming Smith. She was a Fleming Smith, yeah.
All right. She was a Fleming.
She was a Fleming, yeah.
You raised in the home with your parents?
Yeah.
And right there in Hamilton Parish,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Until I was about 7.
Uh-huh.
And then we moved to Bailey's Bay and Purvis House.
Okay.
Hudson's house, rather.
The Hudson's. Oh, this.
I think if you know Arthur Hudson,
Yeah.
it's his people's house.
Okay.
You know, there.
That's interesting because Hamilton Parish, the Smiths, the Burgess, the Burgess, the Hudsons. And yes,
Yeah.
indeed. So now you were, how many siblings were you
There
raised?
was 7 of the children from my parents. There was Wilfred. He died a young boy. He was hanging on the back of a wagon.
Yeah.
And
A
we're
motor
talking
wagon? A motor wagon?
A wagon, horse and wagon.
Okay, horse and buggy.
We're talking about before 1925 to 1920s. And it was Wilfred. Then it was Hillary, my sister. She's still living. She's 99 years old at the present moment. And her memory is good. She's like a horse.
Right. Still teasing your sister.
There was Ina. She died in the early 20s. Then there was Vinton. She's deceased as well. In fact, she's Heather Walker's mother.
Heather,
Yeah, you know
yes.
her.
Heather,
Then there
yes.
was Seward, who was named after my father. And he's deceased.
Right,
And then there's me.
right.
I'm not deceased yet.
No,
close
you're
to
still
it.
here, very much still here with us.
Then there was my brother Grin.
Yeah.
Grin, yep, he was 12 years younger than me. He's deceased. He had a horrible death. I think he and some 3 boys or 4 boys were riding motorcycles, and they had a crash in St. David's. I can't remember the year that it was, but the whole 4 were burnt up in the crash.
Yes.
You know, I remember when we got a call to come to the hospital to identify him. Only way we could identify him, my sister Hillary knew what type of clothing he wore, gray flannel pants, and that's the only thing that we could identify him by.
So sad. Motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
So by that, what year can you remember?
The
vaguely?
year that
And go ahead.
I have it down somewhere, but
Somewhere,
I don't
yeah, I
remember.
can't. Did you ride bikes as well?
Yeah,
By
yeah,
then you
yeah.
were
Bicycles first.
bicycles.
Then we graduated to mobilettes. And then we got. I had a Francis Barnett.
I don't even know what that is. You have me at mobile.
Francis Barnett was a motorcycle.
Okay.
A grade or 2 up from the mobilettes, you know. And Yeah, we had a nice time at that time.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about, go back to that. And let me circle back to the family. So your parents raised you in this home, seven siblings. Seven siblings, wow.
6 when I was,
Right.
well, Wilford, he died before I was born.
Right. And you were the sixth.
I was the 6th. I was a baby. I was a baby for quite a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Until Green came along 12 years later.
Right. And did you enjoy a closeness, the family?
Yes, it was. We had a close-knit family. We lived, particularly when we were down in Hudson's house. My father had gardens, flower gardens and vegetable gardens. And he used to grow cassava every year. We used to have cassava for the year, you know. My mother, she used to make palms out of some type of crepe material, you know. She was a stay-at-home mom, a school teacher, but she stayed home to raise her children.
Wow, yeah.
And then,
where were you educated then?
I was educated at Hamilton Parish Temperance Hall, which up until the 7th grade, which would now be classed as the middle school.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And did you go on to do any secondary schooling, or did you go out to work? Go ahead.
No, I didn't go to secondary school. At that time, I was only 2, I believe, Berkeley Institute and
I think that was it. Central was more Central Paris.
And my sisters went.
Right.
And my brother didn't want to go, but when it came my turn, my father said, well, boy, I'm sorry I can't send you. Because schooling was not free at the time.
And I wanted you to
pay
say
for
that.
everything, elementary, middle school, and even high school, secondary school. You paid for that. If you didn't have your money, well, you had to go home.
That's right, or go out to work.
Yeah, or had to work,
Who was one of your favorite teachers or anything?
My favorite teacher, I don't want to say this, but Miss Rosalind Robinson.
Okay.
She was my favorite teacher.
Okay, good.
She was a beautiful teacher.
And she taught everything.
Yeah.
In those days, schooling was English, math, everything right there, right, in science.
They didn't have music on the curriculum. They didn't have it. I'm pleased to see it now because I love music. I used to go music lessons after school to a lady, Cece Richardson Casey. She was in Bailey's Bay. She was McNeil Warner's auntie.
Mr. Warner, yeah. I remember him.
His mother was named Tresillia Warner.
Right.
And I went to music lessons at her residence after school.
Piano.
Mm-hmm. I remember my first recital. And you come out, you make a bow, and then you practice, get on the piano, you know.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Good. So you spent a good deal of time
in
Bailey's Bay.
Yeah.
And which is
up until 14, 15 years old.
Right. And where'd you move to then?
To Shelley Bay.
Okay, so still, but tell us about it. When we talk about, to us, Bailey's Bay, Crowell seems like it's kind of close together.
It is, it's very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it back then considered close, or were you?
Even closer.
It was, okay.
Even closer, yeah.
So those that were in Shelley Bay were still very close with those in Bailey's Bay.
Yeah.
And you could walk.
Yeah, we can walk
Or
there.
ride your bike.
Yeah, or ride your bike,
Or the train.
Yes.
No.
When the train was outing to us.
Right,
you know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was outing to us on the train,
Yeah, absolutely. So now you said you moved. When did you get married? You finished up
I got
school?
married in 1949.
My. So by that time,
yeah.
And the lovely lady that you married, you were over 50-something years.
Maria Phipps she was.
Right. And this is a picture of this.
That's her,
right there.
Maria and me.
Yeah.
And we had 3 lovely girls.
Yes.
Marva Bridgewater, Marva Smith Bridgewater, Dawn Smith Darrell, and Boyde Smith minor.
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
Mama worked, I think she retired now. She used to work for an temp company. Dawn used to work for, I think she worked around to the
It's a,
high,
the high school?
not the college.
Okay. Yeah.
And Mama, and Baby, she's a school teacher, and she teaches young children, you know.
So by this time, you're married, you're working. Where are you working? What is your trade?
What generation you talk about?
Okay, let me see. So by now, when did you get married? In the 49?
1949. I was like
Right.
20, 21.
Right.
Got married very young.
Yeah, back then.
Back then.
Young. Okay, so.
And I was in construction at that time.
Right.
At the time, I had gone to, I started before, I first went to around Tuckerstown to work for the company around there with my father. And I was more or less like a gopher, you know. And I told my dad, I said, Daddy, I'm not learning anything here, you know, I know. He said, what do you want to do? I said, oh, I don't know what I want to do, but I don't want to be a mason like you are. You're a carpenter, so I don't mind carpentry. So he took me to town, Hamilton, and to a firm, Stuart Trott. He was operating a carpenter shop. And he said, yeah, we'll hire you, but you got to have some tools first. So I told him, they didn't got to have tools. And but what happened when I was working around there, the money I used to get, I had to give to my parents. And they would give me a $5, $10
an allowance,
shillings.
Right? Shillings. Enough for you to last on for the week, right?
Oh, to take my girlfriend to the movies.
Okay.
So he said, he used to call me son. Son, you keep your money and buy your tools. You'll still give something to the house.
To the house, right.
But you can buy your tools until you get So I did. I bought my tools from down St. George's, Goodette and Young. But it's still down there.
Still there.
It's still there. I remember the first saw I bought, you know, plane hammer. And I had my bag, and after I left the Bermuda Development Company, that was the name of it. So they used to take care of all the houses in Tuckerstown. Tuckerstown. Walked in there with my handbag, tool bag, and my new tools.
Yeah.
And I remember the first window frame he gave me, asked me to make.
Because in those days, it was wooden frames.
Yeah. I made it supposed to be a rectangle frame.
Right.
And when I finished it, it was any other shape but that.
You were learning.
Yeah, I learned. He took the thing and threw it up on his trash. I said, oh, good God, don't do that. Hurt me. But I said, well, I'm going to make up my mind, I'm going to learn.
Yeah, you stayed with the trade.
Stayed with it. And I'm trying to think of the guys who were there. Jackson's boy. Jackson, he was the head carpenter at that time. Guy William Scott and another guy. And I stayed there for about 4 or 5 years or more.
Right.
Until he made me Stuart Trott he became a truant officer in the government departments.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said, well, I want one of you guys to be the head carpenter. So I thought it'd be Boy Jackson because he was there long before me.
Yeah. So now we're talking about the 50s. What was it like trying to raise a family? By this time you're married, raise a family, work, and in the 50s you're still dealing with segregation.
Strong segregation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like? Where did you finally settle to raise you and your wife, the kids?
Well, at that time, when after my parents died, and then I was becoming a full-fledged carpenter, we moved down to my father was building a house, but he didn't finish it. So we moved down into the house where he was building. And with the help of my brother, we finished the house at that time. During the war, just after the war, 1949. Yeah. And material there was scarce.
Everything was scarce, they
very
tell me.
scarce,
Yeah.
So I made my own cabinets and the doors, I made the own doors, things like that, the flooring and like that. And we got married. I got married there at my house there.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Then I had my first and second child there, Marva and Dawn.
So very much was, you said you moved to the house that your father was started to build. And you know, we talk about that, how families work together to help build properties. You said your brother helped you.
And my brother and a very good friend of mine, he's called Boyde Smith. He helped me tremendously to build the house. I remember he would come to the door on a Sunday morning, knock on, look, let's go, but I got to go around there to take you.
Good.
I had some very good friends to help me build that house.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was very much about cooperating and working together to build. It wasn't about going to the bank and getting
Well, I did go to the bank.
Right.
But they wouldn't let me the money. I had a white friend, boyfriend. He was building a house too. He wasn't building a house. We were both around the same age. He went to the bank. They gave him enough money to buy the land and build the houses. And he said, well, Mr. Smith, you got to get up to the wall plate first before we can. I said, okay. So.
The bank made it. It wasn't, people, we forget that, because now you figure, I'll just go to the bank. But back then, it wasn't that. It wasn't that simple.
I thank Mr. E.T. Richards. One day, he took me by the hand. Where his office was on Parliament Street. Took me by the hand and he went to the Bank of Bermuda down where the big building is now. I think it was the guy Stevens was the officer. And Mr. Richards said, Stevens, you got to help this young man. You got to help him.
Yeah, and this is the 50s.
Yeah,
this is the 50s. This is all during segregation.
So they said, all right, go help him. But they gave me, I think it was 6,000 pounds at that time. You use this, and when you get to the wall plate, and we see how you're going, we'll give you another 6,000 pounds. And that's what happened, And,
so, I think our generation that did not, I came at the end of, towards the end of segregation, did not realize all the things that we went through to raise a family, get a job, and then the fact that other people like Sir E.T. Richards and others that had to open the doors so you could get in. That's a interesting piece. Yeah.
I got so far, then I got to the roof. I couldn't put the roof. I put the roof up because I was a carpenter, built my own roof, but I couldn't slate the building. And it roof stayed there for about a year or two. God, she said, well, why don't you go ahead and slate your roof? Can't do it, I ain't got the money, But I eventually got the money, and a guy came and cut the stone for me, cut the slate stone. At that time, you didn't buy the slate like it is now. You used to hand cut it, you used to buy the blocks. And a guy would come up and cut the slate,
And right there in the yard, too.
Right there in the yard,
And we weren't about the truck gonna bring it down and all that. No, it stands right there, and the guy comes in and cuts it. It's a beautiful. We're gonna come back because I wanna ask you about later in life, you became very much involved in the Freemasons and the Oddfellows. Give us a couple of seconds, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
We'll be right back. And we're back with Mr. Boyde Ethelbert Smith.
Thank you.
Yep, and I got it right. And I did remember there was another gentleman named Ethelbert, and that's my girlfriend's dad,
James.
Evelyn James. Her dad was Ethelbert. Her mom was Ruth Seaton.
Okay.
Yeah. But I always remember that was a different name. You have, and I know we cannot do your whole life, but I thank you for sharing some of your younger years. I just want to touch base on some of the things that you've done in your 92 years young. I understand that you love sports, but you served as a vice president of Bermuda football, on the executive committee of the Summers Isle Cricket League, the Bermuda Olympic Association, the Leopards Club, president of Hamilton Parish Workmen's Club, and you served as a trustee. Is this with the Bermuda Industrial Union? You
a
were
trustee.
And former president of Hamilton Parish Temperance Hall Friendly Society, and the Bermuda Heritage Museum, which we love. But one of the other
Have you been there?
We're going to do a show there.
Oh,
we are working on, I've told Miss Joy Wilson Tucker, we go to church together, and I promised her this year we're going to take the cameras down there and we're going to do a show down there.
That's good. That's good.
I really want to put more focus on, it's a wonderful heritage museum. I see this that you sent, I remember when this came out in 2009. It was done by her daughter, Loretta, and so forth. And you're in it. Featured in it too. Yes. So tell me about your work with the, I guess, Masons or the Odd Fellows.
Well, I'm a member of both. And believe it or not, I joined both around the same time. My mother lodge in Freemasonry is the Summers Isle Lodge in Somerset.
Wow.
I remember how I joined there because I was active in the Active Terminals Association, and a guy there was the president, and I was the treasurer. So this time he was sick, and I had to go to his house to have some checks signed. So he was in his bedroom. He said, "Well, I'll be right out." I said, "Okay." And noticing me, I was looking at the pictures, and one was a picture of a Freemason guy. So he came by, he saw me looking at them. He said, you like that? I said, yeah. He said, you want to join? I said, I don't know anything about it. He said, you want to join? I said, well, yeah, I'll join. So he said, okay, I'll take your name in. So him and Cecil Frith took my name in to Summers Isle Lodge.
Okay.
And
you've been a Mason ever since?
It took a little while. I said maybe they forgot, and then he called me, and they took me up, and I became a member. This was in the '60s, and I joined the Odd Fellows almost the same time. Same again, meeting a guy in the Ernest Richardson. He was there. You like to come over here? Because that was in the Active Terminals Association. I said, what's it all about? He said, well, come and see. We try to make good men better. I said, well, okay, I'll join. So I joined both organizations
in the 60s.
At the same time.
Wow.
You know.
Now, we were talking off camera a little bit about that, because I asked you, looking at this picture, I said, are these black men or white men? Because
that was past yesteryear.
Past yesteryear. Yeah. This is dressing up for. This is Bermuda.
Yeah, it's Bermuda. Yeah.
It's dressing up for
a parade or session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I understand it, when the lodges first started, it was black lodges and white lodges?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Segregated right through the...
Right through,
yeah. Yeah.
And only years later?
Years later, well, as the Bermuda evolved, the whites and the blacks became together. More so in the Masonic Lodge than in the Odd Fellows. Lord felt the Lord still have that separation. You know. Sometimes you get a visitor from England that will come there, you know, but the Bermudians, they don't join at all. But in the Freemasons, it has completely integrated to some extent now that some of the lodges that were white lodges, white and black, are now black and white.
Yeah,
it's more black than white.
And again, when we talk back in the 50s, early 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and all before, about that segregation in the Masons, and then the segregation of church, schools. You know.
I remember when I became the master at the Summers Arch Lodge. I became friends with the master down in a lodge in Hamilton, and we decided, look, let's visit each other's lodges. And I think this lodge was just behind where the Bank of Bermuda drive-in bank is now. Used to be a lodge there. I was the master, and I gave Guy Davis. He just died a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Larry.
Larry Davis.
Larry Davis.
I gave him.
Nice man, good man.
One of his, I gave him not his initiation, but I gave him his second degree in the lodge. And that was the first time that blacks had done any work in degrees like that.
That's excellent. The work that you've done throughout the community is tremendous. What is it what is it inside of you that makes you, over these years, spanning all these years, to give so much back to the community?
I guess it's just my nature. My father was a very good community-minded person, you know. He was involved in fact, he helped to start the organizations like the Hamilton Parish Political Association. At that time,
unheard of.
In
1920s.
And I think that Fellow Furbert was one of the first blacks to get into the house. And my father would go around to the various places and tell him, now, he's plump. Now, plump for Furbert. Don't worry about the other guy.
The other guy.
Let's get one thing in.
Right, that's right. Member of Colonial Parliament, the NCP. I want to thank you.
And same way with the Nursing Association. Nurse Carol Spencer. Carol Spencer. She was the one that helped deliver me. She was a beautiful nurse, but she couldn't get a job anywhere. You know, and we have the Nursing Association. My father was the secretary, and he helped to get her a job to nurse in the parish.
So it's in you. It started with your family.
I guess so,
And you continues on. It has been wonderful hearing about Bermuda through your eyes. And I thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And
thank you for inviting me.
Yes, indeed. We're going to make sure that we have more pictures here. This is Heather Whalen's mom, your sister. And we thank you so much, Mrs. Smith. May you continue on. Godspeed and God bless you.
Thank you.
All righty. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us as we look at Bermuda through your eyes, their eyes, and we appreciate you joining us. Thanks to the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs for organizing this.